I'm curious, is there one person or perhaps two or three people that have had a big impact on where you are today?
Obviously, my parents had a lot of support for the things I was doing and letting me play video games and say, hey, I can turn that into a career. That was great for them. Kudos for letting me do that. I had a few professors while I was at SAIT here in Calgary that they gave me the opportunity to explore something that wasn't necessarily part of maybe the curriculum and kind of carve out what I thought was the correct path forward. I had a lot of people along the way that were like that, where I would come in as, here's your job description or here's what needs to be delivered. And they just let me kind of be who I wanted to be and develop something that I wanted to develop. And maybe it wasn't always the best way to deliver something. And, I can be a little bit slow on certain deliverables, but I have like a very strong sense of, quality and what that looks like. A lot of that came from one teacher. His name's Janos at SAIT. He retired a few years ago, but he recommended me like a few books, and those books helped drive a lot of the values that I have in what I deliver. And it helped quite a bit having people at these companies that I went to, like you, Tanis, or at Pomerleau, Ivanka was great in just driving that. We believe in technology. We believe in developing something that is going to help our clients or help teams, or this is the way the industry is going. All of that really helped push me to where I wanted to go and what I wanted to be.
That's awesome. And I think that's such an important message because you are working in a part of the industry that the general public probably isn't overly familiar with. So when you talk about a career in engineering or construction, you're going to think of very traditional career paths, either doing design or actually building in the field. And you're in an area that combines some very unique skills. I mean, video game capability. There's probably a lot of people who have teenage kids out there who are playing video games. They're telling them to get off the video games so they can go do schoolwork and study or do chores around the house. I mean, there are so many career opportunities in this industry, and they're not always through the traditional career route. So if you're out there listening and you're a parent or you're considering a career in construction, reach out and talk to people like Dylan, because there are avenues throughout the industry that you may not even be aware of that leverage unique skill sets, and you can really have an impact on construction projects. So that's awesome. I love the video game tie-in because I hear that story all the time from friends of mine with kids who are trying to get their kids off of video games, and now I can tell them let them play more video games. They'll end up in a very amazing career in our industry.
Yeah, there's tons of great studies out there that show that, video games as a whole can be beneficial for the development of, quick thinking, decision making, eye-hand coordination. There's all of that, but just fostering that, hey, you like video games? Well, what if you could do that on a construction site? You can do that in real life, And I've had lots of people in the past talk to me, and they come up and they say, hey, my kid's 15. They really like drawing. They really like video games. Like maybe an art degree isn't the right thing, but what can we do with maybe an architectural technology background? And there's so many things you can do with an architectural technology background. And I always recommend it as something, if you're not really sure where you want to go, an architectural technology background gives you the ability to move into, get a little taste of 3D modeling, get a little taste of construction management. You could become an estimator. There's so many ways you could branch out of it, but the base is there to give you, that outlook of the different things you could do if you wanted to.